Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gusti Sri Kumala Pradnyani. I am from SMP Negeri 5 Denpasar. So today, I will tell you a story. The title of the story is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Before I tell the story, have you ever heard of the story before? No? Okay, let me tell you. It all began in once upon a time. In the faraway kingdom lived a beautiful princess named Snow White, who has skin as white as snow, lips as red as rose, and hair as black as coal. But she lived with her stepmother, the queen, who was beautiful in the outside but jealous in the inside. The queen has a magical mirror that she always asks, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror would answer, "You, my queen, you are the fairest of them all." The queen would smile because she loved being the fairest of them all. But as Snow White grew older, her beauty would shine even brighter. One day, the queen asked the mirror again, but this time the mirror answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen got so furious. She doesn't want anyone to be more beautiful than her. So she called the royal husband and ordered, "Take Snow White out of this kingdom and far, far away. I don't want to see her ugly face anymore." Snow White got expelled far away from the kingdom. All alone, she came across a tiny cottage. She knocked on the door softly. Knock, knock, knock. No one answered. So she stepped inside and found 7 tiny beds and 7 tiny bowls. Tired of running, she lay down on one of the beds and fell fast asleep. At that evening, the owner of the cottage returned. There were 7 tiny dwarfs. When they looked at her, they gathered around. "Who is she? I think I'm gonna wake her up," said one of the dwarfs. "Hey, let's not wake her up. Maybe she needs help," said Jolly, the happiest one. As Snow White woke up, she gasped. But the dwarf looked at her kindly, so she told her whole story to them. The dwarf let her stay in the cottage as long as she wanted. She promised that she wouldn't tell anyone that she was living with them. At the castle, the queen asked the mirror again, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all that were living in the cottage with 7 dwarfs." The queen got so mad, she turned herself into an old lady with her dark magic. She also made a shiny red apple with a sleeping spell on it. As she made it to the cottage, she knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Hello, young lady. Would you try my delicious apples?" Snow White hesitated, but looking at the sweet old lady, she took the apple and took one small bite. What could happen? Suddenly, she fainted. The old lady ran out of the cottage, leaving her alone. As the dwarf returned, they looked at her lying on the floor. They tried to wake her up, but it was useless. So they put her in a glass case full of flowers. They stayed near her, hoping that she would wake up. One day, a prince rode to the woods and saw her. And with a gentle kiss on the forehead, the spell has broken. The dwarf jumped with excitement. The prince offered Snow White. "Oh, my princess, come with me to the castle. I will take care of you." Snow White accepted the offer, and she hugged each of the dwarfs. With tears in her eyes, she said, "I will never, ever forget you." The prince and Snow White goes to the castle, and they live happily ever after. So, audiences, in this story, we learn that, I know. In this story, we learn that not all beautiful people are nice in the outside. Maybe cruel, jealous, or maybe more. So thank you for hearing my story. I hope you enjoy it. We meet again in another beautiful event. Goodbye.